1. There we go. We're live.
Awooga.
Welcome back, everybody. I have corn dogs.
I'm a little disappointed that you didn't fucking body that corn dog like you do to bananas.
You saved my comment so now.
Is it bananas only?
Oh, so it's a certain type. Okay.
I don't want to do it on YouTube.
Why did you say
You already have.
Give it to the people. The people have a right to know. Don't you play fucking banana crime? You're really off for the games, aren't you?
So, we left off with a new member of the party. And we also left off after completing the riddles of a very old, sentient oak tree. And as you guys were allowed to pass after answering his 3 deceptively easy riddles, apparently not for you guys,
Hey.
It was about another 2 hours walk before night finally came, or what can be considered night in this weird realm. And as you walk through the forest, the vibe around you has become a bit bleaker. Where the darkened trees in Exandria usually feel just like trees, something about these trees feels intelligent, hungry almost, as if the entire forest is watching you as you set up camp in the middle of the road. But Nox pulls out the pop-up tent and settles out. Sorry, hang on, I lost... My internet jumped a bit and everybody froze except me.
Yeah, okay. You went robot and Squire and it was a whole thing.
And I have the pop-up tent. Thank you.
Yeah, you remember.
So,
wait, when were we supposed to go to that hut? Why would you?
It's a day's travel.
Yeah, we're going on the way. It takes a while. She said it was a while away, and she kind of made.
Right. And you don't exactly want to walk through the Feywild at night, so.
Why not? There's nothing bad out here. It's just gonna be, centaurs and
pop-up tent.
All right. So, Dhuur'in, as you set up the pop-up tent and you push the stakes into the ground, you find the sandstone kind of like parts easily for the stakes, despite how solid the ground feels beneath you. But between Gesh and Fenkin, you guys are able to find some stones for a campfire to set those in a circle, along with some wood and things. And eventually,
some stones.
Yeah.
Some non-living stones.
Yeah. Gesh, as you go to pick up some of the stones, you just kind of like take an extra moment to like before like taking them over to the circle. But yeah, we'll also say that Nilo at some point vanished off into the woods and came back with what appears to be a few of those rabbits with antlers and wings in his mouth, and he kind of like tosses them towards the fire pit.
Great.
Sorry, Nilo.
You do not need to cook it.
Yes, we do. We don't die.
We do. Yes, we do.
I haven't.
Some kind of gives a little weird look and starts pulling berries out of like a little pouch that she's got while she's setting up her very foliage-based camp tent thing.
Princess sees you pulling out the berries and is like, "Oh, hey, I'll get a few of those."
She kind of looks at him and just kind of sprinkles a few on the ground for him, and just there you go, little one.
Oh, and he hops off of Oz's shoulder, runs over, and just starts like stuffing them in his mouth like a squirrel to peanuts.
I take one of the rabbits and I start ripping it apart and eating it.
She gives Dhuur'in a weird look and kind of just holds out her bag of berries like, anybody want some?
Me. Fenkin goes and he holds his hands up.
She kind of disperses the berries, pops a few in her mouth, and hands a few to her little rat buddies.
Fenkin eats some berries. I have berries.
I'll be a fucking carnivore.
Princess kind of like stops mid-berry and looks over at Dhuur'in and is like, I'll eat actual trash and I'll think that's gross.
You don't know what I've been through.
Clearly.
You don't know my story.
Clearly no one does.
As you say that, a rabbit eyeball falls out of your mouth.
I pick it back up and pop it in my mouth.
Ah.
It's like a gusher.
I have cured jerky as well, if anybody would like some. She's still kind of eyeballing Dhuur'in as she kind of like scoots away from him, like,
My appetite is gone.
Thank you.
So now that you guys kind of have like a campsite to kind of like, you know, take a bit of rest in, it's not quite enough into the evening to get some sleep unless you guys want to get an early rest. But as you do, the strange things begin to occur around the camp. Not strange as in posing like a danger to you, but strange as in that kind of like punctuates the weird world of the Feywild. For example, Ozla, as like you're sitting down and enjoying a leg of the winged rabbit, you look to see a yellow bird sitting on the branch of a tree, and it's tweeting its happy tweet until suddenly the branch curls around it. You hear a cracking noise, and the bird falls to the ground dead, where a root kind of like takes the carcass and pulls it under the tree.
Hmm. Great.
It's a delightful world, isn't it? She says as she's munching on her jerky and berries.
Fucking weird, mate. I don't like it.
I've seen weirder.
It'll take a while to get used to.
How long is a while?
Hopefully longer than we will stay here.
It better be.
Look at that. Oh, she said, oh, I'll agree to that.
You said you've been looking for a way out of here for a while. There's really nothing that you found that can get you out?
Where to stay away from, if that helps.
Well, fuck.
The tree burps, and a feather flits out from the roots.
I raise my rabbit to the tree and keep eating.
You're sleeping on your own.
What?
I told you guys! I told you!
I knew it.
No!
Wait, what? I missed something?
Oh, they're fucking.
Oh, delightful.
Princess and Nilo. Princess kind of has like a chess set from the tent, kind of put out in front of Nilo as he crouches down, and they're while Princess is playing seriously, Nilo's just kind of like batting at the pieces, and without looking up at the game, Princess says, "Called it."
Even the raccoon knows, guys! Come on!
Smart little one. Smart little one.
Oh, he's got a mouth on him.
Was it supposed to be a secret? Yes?
Look distressed.
He's always like that.
Noted.
I shrug and keep eating.
I'm only like that with you people.
Well, I don't see anyone else around here.
I should have left you all in Pride's Call.
I don't think so.
Fenkin gestures at what he sees as Dhuur'in's puppy eyes that probably nobody else sees, and he says that
I wipe my bloody hands on my robes.
Isham just kind of lays
Friendly
back,
Gesh.
like this group is a lot.
All right. So, slowly the evening begins to give way to night. And you can't see through the canopy very well, but you can see stars, or at least something like stars, glinting in the sky. So, is everybody going to sleep, or are you setting up a watch schedule?
watch.
Watch, yeah.
I will take first watch.
I can take it with
Gesh,
you
do
if you
you
would
want
like.
to accompany him?
Fine.
Okay, so it sounds like the order is going to be Gesh and Isham. Dhuur'in and Isham, followed by Oz and Fen, and followed by Gesh and Nox. All right, so we begin the evening with everybody going to bed, except for Dhuur'in and Isha, who are still sitting around the fire, which seems to have naturally gone from orange to a strange verdant green color.
Like my eyeballs.
Like your eyeball.
Oh, but you said that.
I'm gonna clear my throat a little bit. Slowly reach into my bag. And as I'm reaching in, I look at Isha and say, "Do you read much?"
A fair amount, I would say. I don't know too many languages, but I read what I can.
And I pull out the Sin of the Lion and the Virtue of the Viper. And I ask her, "Do you know anything about this book?"
Connor, do I know anything about this book? What?
Make a history check.
I'm still very new to 5e.
No, it's all right. All right, it's okay. Give me a history check. So roll 1d20 and then, add your history bonus.
Yeah, Allie plays Pathfinder too. Thank you.
That's 2 out of 5, though.
That's 2 people making the upgrade.
Then
So what is it? It's a d20 plus my what?
History.
Your history skill. It would be a knowledge check, but
Well, we're playing the superior game, so
we're playing the easy game. So
the superior game here. So
Sorry, I'm looking for my history.
Mom, Dad, please stop fighting.
Connor, you have my sheet. Will you help me?
I will. Yeah, I will.
oh, Allie.
I'll help you, Allie. Okay, so your history. I don't have your sheet actually.
great.
Okay.
It's under skills. It's under the skills, and it's ABCD. It should be like at the bottom because it's alphabetical order.
You have two very long. You have two squares on the very left side. The longer square, pretty high up, is history.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, right after. Yeah. So it should be. There should be a long line. There should be 4 A's, a D, and then history.
was that a 16?
16. Okay.
What?
Oh.
So
She wrote the book.
yes, she wrote it now. So you've never really heard of this book, but you have heard of the title of The Lion. And the name of the lion is the name of a great hero in the history of Exandria. a trailblazer who founded settlements all across the Zemni plains and beyond. A man with a golden gun.
I know a bit about it. A gun of some sorts?
Yes, I have the gun.
Oh, you have it. Oh.
And then I open the book and I ask her, do you see the words on the page?
So
She kinda-
as Dhuur'in opens the book in front of you, the pages are all completely blank.
She kind of just stares down at it, and she gives him an odd look and kind of shakes her head. Is there a cantrip on it or some sorts?
I don't know. You cannot see it. And I close the book.
Interesting. I'm assuming it's a magical book.
It must be. It has changed several times since I've had it.
The information inside has changed?
Yes.
Weird. She kind of just stares at where he put the book away and kind of looks back up at him with an odd look. Her rats kind of scoop on her shoulders.
I look very intently at the rats.
They've been my only friends since I've been stuck here.
I'm not going to hurt your rats.
I will
Glad
just
to-
nibble.
All right. Now, back in the tent. Gesh,
Oh. Okay.
in your not so restful sleep in this weird realm, Dhuur'in has not told you much about his dreams. Only sparse details. So, when your eyes open to the dark of the cave that you reside in, you instantly recognize the figure of a man in a wide-brimmed hat with a long leather rawhide coat, the back emblazoned with the stitched seal of a lion. The air is cold and wet and damp. You can hear the dripping of water somewhere in the distance. And you can also see that the man is not alone. Before him, 10 or so feet away, 10 paces, is a man in a green coat. Similar to his, but the back of this coat is emblazoned with a coiled viper ready to strike. His hat is the same dark green color of his coat, as are his gloves. Where the man in the brown leather coat is an elf with coppery brown skin, the other man seems to be human, with a pale complexion, with a dark black beard and eyes that burn like rubies. You yourself are there as well, though they don't seem to take notice of you. And before long, the man in the green coat speaks. His voice is a distant hiss, like a serpent. It didn't have to be this way. I didn't have to chase you so far. You didn't have to take this mistake and turn it into a sin. The man in the leather coat, who we will call the lion, pauses for contemplation. And he says, Suppose I didn't. Suppose I done you wrong. I suppose I wasn't ready to face it at the time. Didn't do what a man should do. Face it. Apologize. Make things right. I was scared. Now I ran. And that ain't right. And you're right to hate me. But you can't be doing this. All this killing you've been doing. Just to find me. It ain't right. Even you gotta understand that. The man in the green coat, who we will call the Serpent, hisses again. I swore that I would do all it takes to find you. And I did. I sold my soul, my flesh, my very being, just to track you down all the way here in the coast. Into this catacomb that will serve as your tomb. The lion pauses again. It doesn't have to be this way. You, of all people, know that's not the truth. Do you do anything at this point, Dhuur'in? I mean, Gesh. Sorry, I'm so used to it being Dhuur'in. My apologies. I mean, Gesh.
Is Gesh me
No,
in the dream?
it's Gesh. It's Gesh, not you. You're
Okay.
you're outside of the tent. Sorry.
You're stuck with me.
Well, Gesh is pretty confused because this isn't what usually happens in his nightmares. So, he's sort of just no, he doesn't do anything. He just watches and waits to see which one of them will strike first.
Both men brush a side of their coat aside to reveal pearl-handled revolvers on a pair of scratched leather belts. The one held by the lion is almost like a royal sword in its scabbard, but the one in the holster of the serpent feels more like a beast waiting to be uncaged, waiting to spread its poison. The lion nods and says, "All right. Just like in Jorhas?" The serpent nods. Just like in Jorhas. The lion cracks his neck. It's funny. You serve the sunlight for oh so long, and it don't even get to be the last thing you see. Suppose that's as good a fate as any. Poetic, when you think about it. Now then, man to man, lion to serpent. Let's see which of us can burn brighter. You don't know which man moves. You only hear the bang. And with that, you awaken.
He slowly gets up, wiping his eyes, just sighing, you know.
Vinn!
That's what you get for sleeping with the creepy boy.
Sexually transmitted nightmares.
Oh my god.
Can we go ahead and coin that as STNs, please?
I hope everybody I fucked from Tal'Dorei to Wildmount has STNs.
So just
Mayor.
And almost can't.
Yeah, canonically just Gesh, but in all our hearts, Khan too.
Well, he hasn't just fucked Gesh. He has had many an affair in order to make his way safely through it. Anyway.
Fucked his way through the continents!
All right. So as you awaken, you see all your not all your cohorts around you, Gesh. You see Ozla asleep with Princess on her belly. You see Fenkin curled up in his hammock with Nilo not on top of him this time, but kind of like pouting underneath as if like he was scolded before getting up into the hammock. You see Nox curled up in her own pillows of silks. You see the empty bedroll beside Ozla. And you also see that Dhuur'in's bedroll is empty. Perhaps now it's time to change shifts so that the rest can get some sleep.
So, yeah. So, Gesh just he takes up his staff and he walks on out to the outside.
All right. So during Isham, you watch as a blue Dragonborn lumbers out of the pop-up tent, astride with his staff.
Should I go?
What?
Nothing. Just a shift in the wind is all.
You've infected my dreams, Dark One.
Kind of turns over towards them and kind of gives them a look, like, infected your dreams? I'm sorry, what?
I'm sorry if you've seen terrible things.
It wasn't a terrible thing. It was your two. It's what I think your god, your Azathoth.
You don't know that name.
Oh, right, shit. Sorry.
I will not let you know that name.
I think it was the two. It's what you worship and the lion about to attack each other upon the coast. But before I was able to see what happened, I awoke. So
My god would destroy him.
I'm not so sure.
You know little of it, as you should.
It's only fair. I've not exactly been open with you either.
This is a different circumstance. Knowing of my god would wound you.
How would you know?
Because it wounds me.
Maybe I'm not as susceptible as you are.
I won't allow you to know it.
Fine.
There's a lot of cryptic shit being thrown around for Isham.
They're eating her berries, staring at both of them. This is like the soap opera she hasn't seen in a very long time. Tell me more.
I apologize that what resides in my head has wormed its way to yours. Maybe it's right that we step away.
Step away from what? What
Staying
exactly?
so close. I don't want to hurt you.
You haven't hurt me.
Munch, 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 munch.
All right.
I know what I
Go ahead.
said before. I know what I said before, but
Connor, what the hell are you doing?
you don't have to stop or anything. It's comforting.
Oh. I stand up. I offer my hand to Gesh.
He stares at his hand for a moment, sort of hesitates with his own before silently just holding Vinn's hand.
I bring his hand up. I kiss his knuckle.
Like Karn.
Munch, 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 munch.
I look down at Isham. I look back at Gesh. Are you taking the next watch?
Yes. Yes.
You will be safe.
Of course I will.
Then, if anything else leaks from my mind to yours, you'll come get me.
So that's something else
I don't-
can leak.
What?
I said, so that something else can leak. Goodbye.
Oh,
I'm resigning as
Bye,
leader. That's all I needed. Allie, you got it.
Anyway.
why am I out of my DM here? Get your ass back in here. This is my first game, man. You can't throw a DM. What does that mean? My first game playing.
I need to know what Gesh says!
If it means understanding you more, I wouldn't mind.
I do not want you to know my God, but I could allow you to know me.
That's all I ask.
I look back at Isham.
Well, I feel like I've interrupted something quite private, but to be fair, I did ask if I should leave.
It is fine. And we should get our rest if shifts are changing.
If you say so. Her little buddies are like curling up in her hair and they're like trying to snooze against her neck where it's warm.
All right. So moving on to the next shift, we have Gesh, and despite your attempts to wake Nox up Wait, wasn't it Ozla and Fenkin? No, it was Gesh. Well, it's Gesh now, so whatever. Um, Despite your attempts to wake Nox up, she seems very determined to like stay asleep. So Gesh, eventually you just kind of give up and just wait by the fire yourself.
I will stay awake with you.
There's no need.
Trust me, in these woods, there kind of is. Are you all right?
No, but that's just how it is. There's not much I can do about that.
If you need to get things off your chest, I've been told I'm a great listener.
Have you ever heard of something called the clasp?
Do I have to make another history check?
I will say, per the backstory you gave me, no. You understand that the Clasp is a criminal organization within Exandria, who are not just drug traffickers and dealers, but also deal in human trafficking.
She seems kind of a little taken aback by the mention of it. I know a fair amount.
Wait, hang on. That was the Myriad. I'm sorry, the Clasp is just like the Thieves Guild. The Thieves Guild. They don't do human trafficking. My bad. Yeah, there's no human trafficking.
My character was about to start worrying for him.
Sorry. Important distinction to make.
It's just like
reaction a little bit. She's not as taken aback. She just kind of looks over at him and kind of gestures. I do. Continue.
This all started, this party, because I owe them. I owe them my life. I owe them my freedom. And I have a debt to them. Not only in blood, but in money as well. But of course, now I'm here with these people. I did want to try and settle it, or at least die before I had to settle it. But now I'm stuck here in this place, helping. I've helped people. I've saved people. I've killed monsters. I was just an enforcer before. And then I was just a hired hand. And now I'm something I never thought I would be.
Well, we all have a little blood on our hands, especially here. She just kind of like looks around in the forest, like this is not exactly the easiest place to be. And if these people that are after you are looking to find you, this is probably a good place to hide.
No, they don't want to kill me. I'm sure at least one of them cares enough to wait, but I don't think they'll want to wait around much longer.
And Gesh, as soon as you say that, a voice from over your shoulder, be around much longer, in your exact voice.
Did you hear that?
Did you hear that?
She startles and stands up and just puts her finger to her lips.
Perception check.
Yeah.
She also draws her sickle.
Yeah, as Gesh
Sickle.
stand.
She has a sickle.
Ooh. That's
The Grim Reaper.
Yeah, as Gesh stands and draws out his staff, he turns to look around to see if there's anything out of place that could be where this other voice is coming from.
I'm not going to make you roll a perception check because as soon as you turn around, a white barn owl the size of a car is standing before you. It blinks its big eyes and then speaks in your voice again. Not be around much longer.
She takes out her map and her pen, and she flips the map over to the back and writes, "There is much trickery in these woods," and shows him.
He nods at that and goes back to staring up at the massive ass barn owl.
Its head turns like 180 degrees, like this, and it kind of like cocks its head at you. Then it straightens out, leans in, pecks you on the chest, and then lifts off silently into the air. You watch as it disappears into the canopy with a rustle of leaves, and you hear only the faintest sounds of feathers flapping off into the distance. Not be around much longer. Not be around much longer. Not be around much longer.
I feel like I've just been threatened.
Everything threatens in these woods, as I said. Are you all right?
Physically, I'm fine.
Well, that's something. She kind of just pats him on the shoulder in what's supposed to be kind of a reassuring way. But again, they don't really know her, so.
All right. So, moving on to the next and final shift of the night, as the evening gives way to twilight, Oz and Fenkin, you are awoken by a sleepy Gesh who just kind of gestures out towards the tent, signaling that it's your turn to go and take watch.
Gesh, come into my arms!
I was just about to crack a bone as well.
Fenton sits up sleepily and he's listening. Oh, right. And then he like grabs his coat and like puts it on his shoulder and falls out of the tent.
All right.
Oz crawls out on her hands and knees after him.
All right. You two sit down before the fire, which is now taken on an ice blue hue. Nilo eventually comes padding out of the tent as well, with a sleeping princess kind of like hanging from his mouth by the scruff. And they eventually join you, though they're both quickly asleep as Nilo curls up by the fire.
He reaches out and like idly caresses along Nilo's fur as he keeps watch and looks around in the woods.
Yeah, that's Harley. She's joining. So I just want to point out that Isham did not get into the tent with them. She's actually, in fact, sleeping in like a little kind of foliage bedroll with kind of like, I don't know, some sticks propped up against each other with some leaves over top of it. And as she sleeps, her little rats are curled up and watching them.
Aww. Little spy.
What does Isham think about the TARDIS tent that we have?
So, comment. Her little rats are taking watch as well to wake her if they need to help out.
Very nice. All right. In that case, So, Ozla and Fenkin, are you guys saying anything to each other, or just kind of like in sleepy silence?
Oz is gonna try her damnedest to worm her way into what cloak or jacket Fenkin has on it and press as close as she can to his walls because she hasn't slept at all. She has slept, but it's been waking up, falling asleep, waking up, falling asleep.
Fenkin, for once, doesn't really complain. He can tell that she's in a somewhat more fragile state of mind than she would usually be, and he just even like lifts his coat a bit to like wrap it around her as she kind of sits between his like knees. And then he leans his chin to the top of her head and he's just silent.
All right. Eventually,
What are you gonna say?
there is a rustling sound. And as you both kind of like suddenly sit up, it's a very obvious sound, so you both are able to hear it just fine. But very slowly, approaching from out of the green, a very short figure stumbles out. A short figure in very heavy leathers, wearing a leather apron, with green ears that point all the way out and goggles that glint in the night. Before the campfire stands Borgub Halfheart, blinking at you. His jaw kind of like loosely open as he stares at you, as if dazed.
What kind of check am I gonna use in this case? Is it an investigation check or perception check or?
Whatever check you want to make.
Let's see if I can see through the disguise.
Okay. All right. Give me a perception check.
We know it's a trap, but do the characters know it's a trap?
You
22.
What?
did not go
22.
2?
22.
22. I thought you just said 2.
Oh, Jesus.
He's proficient in perception.
All right. So, Fenkin, this looks exactly like Borgub. From head to toe, this looks like Borgub. It even sounds like Borgub when he opens his mouth and speaks and says, "Miss Highhill? Is that you?"
Oz immediately attempts to stand up and run towards him.
Again, reaches out and is like, "No, wait!
What do you mean?
He can't be here."
Miss
He
Highhill?
can't. This is an illusion or something. Something is wrong.
Miss Highhill? Miss Highhill?
Don't listen to it.
You're being ridiculous. Come on.
Miss Highhill?
Do you know where we are? Think, Ozla. Use that tiny little pea brain of yours.
Miss Highhill? Miss Highhill?
He draws his bow.
Don't.
Miss Highhill?
I will shoot it right between the eyes for trying to mock us like this.
You're making an attack then?
Yes.
Roll your attack.
$22.
Hit.
I guess.
You watch as the arrow, Ozla, before you can stop it, the arrow sails through the air as Fenkin draws and pulls, and it lands directly into Borgub's forehead. But he doesn't move. His eyes are on you, and he says, "Miss Highhill, why did you leave?"
See? This goddamn fucking Nilo! He yells at Nilo to wake Nilo up.
Nilo, like, and hisses at Borgub. And Ozla, before all you see is a spray of red meat, you hear one more time, "Why did you leave me behind?" And Nilo suddenly pounces on it and begins to tear the creature apart.
Also, that wasn't him.
And after about a minute of just pure melee and mauling, Nilo steps away, his chops red with blood, and you watch as the green meat, which you thought was Borgub, begins to turn a pale white. The body that is left behind is not that of a goblin, but of some thin, pale creature with a bulbous head and bright white lidless eyes. No nose, very thin lips, 3 fingers on each hand.
God, we killed Voldemort.
Oh shit!
Well, actually, Nilo killed a changeling.
Ah!
Oh my god!
What was it?
A
The
changeling.
changeling.
So cool. So cool.
Oh my god.
Nice thinking, Fenkin.
Me, who actually is building a changeling as we speak. Ah!
My baby!
I'm gonna. Oh, sorry.
What did you say?
I'm gonna assume that the little rats on her did not choose to wake her up for this.
Okay.
Seeing the spray of blood, Oz, she sort of stares like silently for a minute, and then she just sinks down, like face in her hands, balancing on like the balls of her feet, and she just says, "I fucking hate this place. I fucking hate this place. We shouldn't have gone to the." If nothing had been stolen, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be fucking. I wouldn't have to see that shit.
Fenkin, for the first time in your life, you see tears in Ozla's eyes. For so long, she seemed like a storm unbroken, a force of nature unto itself. And now she herself is broken.
Fenkin is sort of at a loss for a moment. He stands frozen. He's not very good at dealing with feelings or emotions, especially not with other people. So he just kind of stands there awkwardly for a moment, bites his lips, pulls a hand for his hair, and sighs. God damn it. And then he walks up to Ozla, takes off his coat, and he wraps it around her shoulders as he sits down next to her. Wraps a stiff, awkward arm around her shoulders, and then just holds her and then says, "You need to stay calm. This isn't like you. We will get out of here. We will get out of this. We will get him back. We will slay whatever beast is after you. Everything will be okay. But for now, you need to stay calm."
Is it gonna be enough though? We don't know what they've done to him and to the others. We don't know what the fuck is happening. We've never left anyone behind. When Nox got lost, we went after her, but we left Borgub. We can't leave anyone behind again, Fen. Never again.
Then we'll go get him back. That's all we need to do.
Okay. And she wipes away her tears like the back of her hand, like really just like messy, smudges all the dirt on her face, and she just like shakes her hands out. She's like, okay. I'm gonna go and take a 10-minute nap, and then I'll come back to do the watch.
Sounds good. We should go back in and rest. I'll keep watch out here.
Thank you, Fen, for coming with me this entire way.
Well, you didn't leave me much choice, did you?
No, you did look like a scared little puppy. I can't take care of you.
I'm not.
You did. You had the big puppy dog eyes and everything. Like, look, and she does like a little nut, like.
Go and nap.
Do you want your cloak back? Are you gonna be cold?
Keep it. It's fine. It's whatever.
You sure?
Yeah, keep it. Just go and lay down.
Okay, and she sort of like does this. Goes back into the tent.
All right. The rest of the night passes, surprisingly, with no other surprises, save for the odd wildlife that kind of permeates the area of Fenkin. And soon, you all awaken, spell slots returned, health points fully rejuvenated. And,
Yes, you're okay.
and,
Not that I lost it.
Yeah.
and though the air is still thick and hazy with the pollen that permeates the entire forest, it's a rather nice morning. And as you all awaken to pack up, yes, Fenkin?
Did Milo heal?
Nilo did heal, yes.
Yay.
Did Nilo heal?
You find Isham is the first of you who's all packed up and ready to go. As she waits for you beyond the borders of the camp, kind of tapping her foot against the ground.
Wait, who was that?
Isham.
Nox.
Isham.
Oh, that was my character. Okay, cool. Yeah, makes sense.
Fenkin is getting dressed, and he goes to check on Ozla, just silently watching her, see how she's doing.
She's still wrapped up in his cloak, all bundled up like a little cocoon, ready to become a butterfly.
He doesn't even complain that she's dragging it on the ground.
Also, Gesh, Dhuur'in, and Isham, you all awoke to see that Princess and Nilo were all snacking on a very strange-looking humanoid body, but have decided not to ask questions about that.
I'm kind of looking like, can I get some of that?
Oh, God.
Doggy bag.
Lovely. Can we not?
What? Breakfast?
We can get breakfast elsewhere. You do not know where that creature has been or what that creature is. Could poison you while you eat it.
They're fine.
Princess looks up from a mouthful. What?
Spit it out.
Yes, ma'am.
She'll kind of put her whole bag of berries down on the ground and point to it. And she'll put jerky down for Nyla.
All right. So I'm assuming you guys are heading off down the trail towards Isham's hovel.
I'll take the tent.
All right. So, with everything all packed up, and fresh trauma for most of you this night, you all make your way down the winding path. And after about 3 or so hours of walking, you finally come to what appears to be a clearing that's been sort of like manually cleared with logs and rocks pushed aside. And you see what almost appears to be a small hut, but you find instead that it's sort of the hollowed out base of a humongous tree. And the top half has been cut away with time. You can tell that it's been tilted, for the huge trunk lies some 4 or 5 feet away. But the tree itself, it's been completely hollowed out at the roots. And you see also that covering it is kind of like a series of thatch and cloth, just a web of things to keep it covered as an improvised roof held there with ropes and pins and things. You see that a makeshift door has been kind of crafted into the trunk that kind of hangs loosely off of the hole that's been sawed for it. And you see like impromptu windows sort of drilled into the side of the bark as well. And though the rest of the shepherds may pause for a moment, Isham approaches absolutely no hesitation in mind. After all, who hesitates when entering their home?
I follow immediately behind her.
Welcome to my place? She kind of shrugs.
I kind of look around and go, oh, mine was a cave.
Caves are a little damp for me.
Ah,
It's beautiful.
Thank you. It was a lot of manual labor. She kind of scratches the back of her head and laughs it off.
How long did you say that you've been here?
A while. And she continues on.
Fenkin follows.
I look around for Gesh. Like, are you coming?
Well, come on. We want to get those maps now, don't we?
Yeah, after just staring at it from a minute, he just sort of shakes his head before walking in after Dhuur'in.
Princess is following you, kind of running on his hind legs, Gesh, kind of like holding his arms up, like, hey, come on. We don't all have big legs like you. Come on, pick me up. 3 feet for you is like a mile for me. Come on.
Gesh kicks him.
Ah, bugger!
Hey!
Oh, God! She kind of turns around and looks at him like, did you just kick your party member, your teammate?
You're lucky I'm fat enough for that not to hurt.
Like he goes to pick up Princess.
See? It didn't hurt. It doesn't matter.
Brute.
She kind of scratches her little rat's heads and moves along.
All right. So you're all, so Isham, you're holding like the door open for them? Isham?
Yeah, no, sorry, I'm here. So she kind of heads towards the, her tree hut that she's constructed from the time that she's spent here, to let everybody in.
All right. So as Isham holds the door open for you guys, the door kind of like comes away from the actual hole itself, and she kind of like panics and kind of like sets it back into place, kind of turning to smile at you guys, just like, everything's fine. Go on in.
I will say though, I have been needing the little girl's room, so I'm not too fond of being too overly exposed here in the woods here. So I'm going to excuse myself to the bathroom. You all just have a little look around.
can I insight check her again?
Yeah, inside away.
Vinn does not trust you, Ali.
Oh, fuck, dude.
And be friends.
Well, hold on.
She's giving you a chance to look around her area to trust her.
That's a 9.
She's really hot.
I squint. And I walk right into her house and start looking around. I'm rummaging.
All right. So Allie, do you want to describe the interior of Isham's house, or?
It's kind of, well, you can see where she's collected little bits and things here and there. She has maps put up, kind of, mapping out the forest, little trinkets here and there that she's collected from the forest. You can see like bags of berries and other things that, are kind of necessary to hunker down somewhere.
there anything magical?
That I can
Particularly magical.
Not particularly magical, I would say.
Can I make an Arcana check?
Sure. You know what? Go ahead and make an Arcana.
You really do not trust her.
Dude, come on. I let you into my home.
I let you take your shoes off. I let you fucking eat the rabbits.
13.
So other than like the kind of magical haze that permeates the entire Feywild, of course some things here are going to feel naturally magical. Like there is kind of like a natural magic that emanates from the bark of the treehouse, but it doesn't seem like there's any like powerful magical items or tools here of any kind.
Magical traps?
Don't seem to be any of those either.
What do you take me for, you jerk?
A secret keeper?
I literally have shown you my home. You are in my home alone.
Yeah, and you left us here. How do we know you're not off telling somebody like, all right, I got him?
She hasn't left. She hasn't left yet. You guys are still delivering.
Karn did the same thing.
Hey,
So
Karn was more my type.
I'm the guy.
Really hot.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, she's hot, but I prefer the big one.
He's gay.
Just because I've fucked women doesn't mean I'm not gay.
In any case, Isham, you excuse yourself to use whatever simulacrum of the bathroom that is in this magical realm. Likely a bucket of acid, hopefully, or maybe just a hole you've dug. But, yeah, basically the shepherds are left to their own devices in this living room, where kind of carpets and rugs are kind of covering the floorboards, and shelves of things are, and kind of like makeshift shelves are built into the walls to hold things, to maybe give it like the appearance of a home, something familiar for somebody who's been trapped away from home for so very long. But yeah, what do you guys want to do?
It feels familiar to me.
I want to look at the map on the wall.
All right. So, Ozla, give me an investigation check.
Yay! I get to roll my dice.
whoa! Dice rolling.
Oh well,
Dice
plus
rolling.
0 and that's what you get is what you get. An 11!
All right. So you're more versed in like oceanic maps and things, but you know your way around a land map pretty good. And you've noticed that this map has this map has kind of like been made so that like it can kind of map out the changes that are made to the forest, because the forest itself, as you've seen, has kind of like naturally changed. Pathways pop up and disappear. But Isham seems to have created like, you know, that Pirates of the Caribbean map where it's kind of like made into circles. It's kind of like that to help map out the changes.
Okay.
But yeah, you can tell that it's a map of like the general forest.
So she's specifically going to look for areas where there might be not town, but somewhere where there's like a population of people. I don't find any of that map.
All right. While Ozla's doing that, what's everybody else doing?
I'm picking up stuff in her home and looking at it.
All right. So as you go through the shelves, you can see that there's like a lot of canned and pickled preserved foods. You pick up one jar that seems to have like kind of big white berries floating inside, and you kind of give that a little shake. Fenkin and Gesh, what are you guys doing?
Gesh is right beside Dhuur'in, just watching.
I'm showing him stuff.
Honey, look at this. Where did this come from?
Ew.
All right. Fenkin, what are you doing?
I'm not sure what he's doing, actually. He's probably just keeping a watchful eye on Ozla while keeping his distance, just lingering in the middle of the room a little bit.
Perception check.
Oh boy.
You get to roll your dice. You want food?
18. All right.
Proficient!
So all of this happens at once. Okay. So
Oh, no.
we'll start with Ozla, Gesh, and then go to Fenkin.
Oh no.
Oh
Ozla,
god.
as you look at the map, you kind of cock your head a little bit because you notice something about it. And you reach up and you gently begin to peel the map away. And you realize that that map is not a real map at all. The topography seems so wrong. In fact, you look at how it's labeled, and you see that it's a map of a forest in the Zemni Fields, not a map of the Feywild. Dhuur'in and Gesh, as you shake the jar, one of the berries turns and blinks, revealing that it is instead an eyeball. And finally, Fenkin, as you're watching Ozla play with the maps, you feel something drip on your shoulder. And slowly you look up to see the body of a man, skinned completely, hanging from his ankles, mouth open in a silent scream as blood drips from the carcass. And all throughout the room, you hear a voice. Allie, take it away.
I'll take that book, please. And anything else magical that you might have on you.
You will not.
It'd be best not to trifle with me.
I hit her with an Eldritch Blast.
You can't. There's nobody in the room.
You can't see her.
There's nobody in the room.
Well, then I just start shooting Eldritch Blast at shit. I break all her jars.
You want to waste your spells like that?
It's a cantrip, bitch!
So, as you ready your first Eldritch Blast, there's a crash sound of glass as the windows shatter, and two massive, gangly rats crawl through the window frames. Each one sporting bulbous growths on their shoulders and drooling with saliva, their eyes wide and red.
Oh god, not again! Not more
Breaking her
rats.
shit.
And with that,
No,
Let's
no,
roll
no,
initiative.
no.
Oh.
Oh!
Oh god. So doomed.
and Allie, guess what? Since
Yes?
this is a surprise round, so you get to go first.
Oh,
Oh, love.
damn it.
Give me a second.
Okay, well, I'm not going first.
What did you
I
get?
might need
Team!
to stop Connor because you know why.
Sure, right. Okay, so do you want to do the
There you
reveal?
go. There you go.
Yeah, I can do the reveal.
All right.
So when she appears behind Gesh, sickle to his throat, as the beauty melts away from her face. You can see underneath boils of green skin, a long, gangly nose with warts covering it. Just the exact opposite of how she appeared to you the first time. Again, I'll take that book.
Guess what, y'all? You're fighting a green hag.
Great.
Wonderful.
Allie, you don't sneak.
Oh, damn it.
Bitch, I'd never trust you.
You definitely did.
No, I didn't. I didn't.
The rest of us did.
Character did, and that's what matters.
Not really, but
Okay, so, Allie, basically how a surprise round works is you just get to make an attack, and then like it continues with regular initiative. So if you roll high enough, you might get to like do 2 rounds at once.
we know how
Okay.
surprise rounds work, Connor. We play Pathfinder.
Do I roll a d20, I'm guessing?
Well,
D20
that depends.
Dex?
That depends on what you want to do. You can hit them. You can hit somebody with your claws, or you can use one of your spells, which is Dancing Lights, Minor Illusion, or Vicious Mockery.
Dancing lights, dancing lights, dancing lights.
That's ugly.
Hey, Vicious Mockery does a lot of damage.
It does.
Yeah, emotionally, a lot of damage, you know?
Go on, Gesh spoke to you. Use who the weakness is.
Oh, fuck.
Told you about the class. Yeah, you told her about the class.
God damn
No,
it.
that's Dhuur'in, and then Ozla and Fenkin had their little spat with my rats watching. I had my eyes on you the whole damn time.
Fuck. God damn it.
Okay, that's why she's got Gesh, because she knows that Dhuur'in has a weak spot for him.
Oh.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Gesh
So
has
do
a
you
weak spot for Dhuur'in. Hello.
So did you want to use Vicious Mockery
so
on
it's all
Gesh?
just one-sided, huh?
What?
So did you want to use Vicious Mockery on Gesh?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so how this works, you unleash a string of insults laced with subtle enchantments at a creature you can see within range. Or in this case, you talk about his problems. If the target can be moved, it must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or take 1d4 psychic damage and have disadvantage on its next attack roll.
Oh my god, Guess you opened up to her. Oh my god.
Yes, you did.
You told her all your little secrets. You haven't even opened up to the rest of us.
So what is Isham saying to Gesh to activate this Vicious Mockery?
Oh god, you're gonna make me roleplay that.
Yeah.
Shit. She is going to talk about how Dhuur'in will never love him.
Not
All
really.
right. Hey, Gesh. Give me a wisdom saving throw, buddy.
Do you
Okay.
believe it, bro?
Okay, wisdom saving throw.
What does she say? What does she say? Tell me exactly what she says.
Don't do that to me. I'm terrible at roleplaying.
Do
Please.
it. Do it.
That's a 12.
She's not telling you that.
Not quite. Not
You
quite.
believe it.
Damn.
Hmm.
Oh,
Okay.
You're a
so-
mom.
You're gonna do some loving later.
Someone would ever care for you. You sick thief.
All right, Gesh. That is 3 psychic damage, and you have a disadvantage on your next attack roll. You feel the words echo through your mind, piercing the depths of it, and playing with your doubt like a string. All right. So,
You think someone would care about you? You're just a quick, easy fuck.
all right. So I need everyone. Wow. Wow. All right.
I just saying what I've learned so far.
I need everybody's initiative again, please.
18.
14.
13.
5.
We did
And we're going to go pee really bad.
Also, before you leave, what'd you get, Ozla?
5.
Okay. So
I got you really quick break.
Yeah.
yeah, sure, that's fine. Fenkin, what'd you get?
13.
What?
13.
Okay. Allie, I'll roll for you while you're gone, okay? I don't think. All right. You guys didn't see this coming, did you?
I did.
Nope.
Oh no!
Yeah, no.
Oh no! Allie got a 19.
Oh god. God damn it.
I go right after her then.
So the 3 psychic damage does. It's just
Damage.
damage. Okay.
It's just damage, yeah.
You
Unless
have
you have like
disadvantage on your next roll.
yeah.
Or your next attack roll.
Okay.
Do not listen. I mean, it was easy, but
What? Wow. Okay.
I would not suck your dick if I didn't mean it. I gave you the slurp slurp gurgle gurgle 9000. That means something in Drow society.
no, it doesn't.
What? What's going on? What did you two do?
Oh, nothing. I'm just haggling Gesh and making it worse.
We've been had by the hag.
That was so funny. God bless him. Should I order food?
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? I'm
Gesh
gonna
is
roll
like-
a die.
Gesh is like, I know you're wrong, hag, because every now and then he lets me top.
What do you mean every now and what do you mean every now and again? You mean every time?
Dhuur'in tops. Hello.
Ali, you sneaky, sly little bit! I love you so much!
Hey, Allie, guess what? Guess what, Allie? I rolled for the hag, and guess what? You get to take another turn.
Audacity!
Send that
Oh,
same spell
God.
to Dhuur'in.
Oh, I love D.
Oh.
Really just like
What are you
putting
doing?
our hands down the middle of them going,
It's vicious mockery at Dhuur'in, right?
At me?
All right, so you're doing. Should we wait for Fenkin or?
yeah, wait.
No.
Alright. Odd number, I get food. Even number, I don't.
All right.
An even number.
In advanced, this was way too fun of an opportunity to not take up on.
I know. We were both on like the same track. She messaged me like, I want to be a fake creature, and I was like, oh, you know what'd be a good creature? What about a green hag? And Allie was like, yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Give me some nasty pets. So we have nasty pets.
Gross. I'm gonna eat them.
All right, Gesh. Dhuur'in. Wisdom saving throw.
What the fuck is she saying to me?
Yeah, what is she saying?
What are you saying, Ali?
You dirty, nasty outsider. How dare you use your body to get what you want? You are a disgusting whore. Or incarnate.
Now remember, you've got to get more than a 12, or this doesn't work.
Well, I got a 12, so.
Oh, no!
Ah.
It's a 13, isn't it?
Oh, no!
Oh.
That is 6 damage and disadvantage on your next attack.
Fuck.
What did I miss?
Oh,
Damn, that's even more damaging than.
Calling Dhuur'in
the
a
one that-
dirty, nasty outsider is whore and called him filth incarnate.
It's true.
All right. Speaking of Dhuur'in, it's your turn.
Yay!
So you've got 3 potential targets. You've got not Fenkin. You've got the green hag. You've got the green hag. You've got and the 2 rats.
Oh yeah, the rats are gonna attack.
Rats. We are the rats.
You kind of forget about that when you get your
I'm gonna try to hit her with Witch Bolt.
Yo!
Ooh.
All right. Let's.
Ooh.
Oh, it's trying to do shit
I know
today.
I have disadvantage.
That's not an Eldritch Blast?
Holy fuck! Holy fuck!
Oh, and I have casting at 2nd level.
Oh shit, okay. Hang on. Do you have,
This is if I can hit her.
do you have,
Are you
a second level spell slot?
Yes, all of my
really?
spell slots are 2nd level now.
Oh.
All 2 of them.
Warlocks, man. All 2 of them. Hang on, I'm trying to find where the W is. Oh, there we go. I found it. No, I didn't.
So that's a 20 to hit with disadvantage.
Fuck me, really? Okay.
God
It
damn.
doesn't!
20?
Ali, did you say it doesn't?
No, it does.
Yeah, green hags have 17 AC. So
I would have shit myself.
So yeah, you hit her with Witch Bolt.
I'm pulling it up.
And you're casting it at 2nd level? Okay.
Yes.
So that's 2d12 lightning damage.
Yeah, lightning.
You know nothing!
Casters don't fuck around, man.
I know everything, filth.
Hold on, I jostled my dice. So that's 14 damage, and as long as I am within 30 feet of her, I automatically hit her every round as long as I concentrate on Witch Bolt with 2d12 damage.
All right. And how much damage did you do now, by the way? Sorry, I didn't hear that part.
14.
Okay. Let me do math. Okay. I can't do reverse addition.
Subtraction?
So you guys watch as Dhuur'in holds up his staff, the end of which begins to crackle with a bright white lightning, and it interlaces with his fingers as he seems to pull it off of the staff, and then just fling it right at you, Allie, and you feel the piercing cold lightning dance across your body.
Holy fuck.
You scream, still gripping Gesh.
And while I've got her, I'm going to back up a couple steps, just so I'm a little farther away from melee.
It's Palpatine! It's Palpatine!
Now, die. Now, young
As soon as the
Skywalker.
green hag rolls back and lets out her throaty scream, the entire room seems to come to life. Chairs that were once stationary begin to twitch to life and then start to run around like gazelles. You watch as cutlery rises up from the table on their legs, forks using 4 little fingers to move across the table. Books begin to tear through the air, and the human body that was tied up on the roof falls onto the table, gets up, and for some reason starts to tap dance. And hang on, you know what? I'm doing a performance check. It did not just roll a 20. It's
a really good tap dance.
Anybody paying attention to the body?
It's amazing tap
This
dance.
is some top-notch tap dancing. This is like some solid shit. In any case, though.
Yeah, you're through to the next round. All right.
I changed
Come with us to
the
the finals.
Golden buzzer.
Yeah.
It is Nox's.
Simon Cowler. Lovely. Absolutely lovely.
It's Nox's turn, and one of the rats was right next to her when it burst through the window. So, she is going to cast Bardic Inspiration. She'll take out her flute and begin to play very lightly. And as this is happening, Gesh, you begin to breathe in your ki, but you feel more power. You feel the oxygen flowing through your blood as you feel inspired by the tunes played through the flute. And she will also attack with Courage of the Rose on the rat. Also roll a 20.
Holy shit.
Fuck yes.
All right, let me do damage, and Courage of the Rose's special ability on critical hits. Okay. All right.
I cannot believe this.
Uh-oh. So, Allie, by the time you're able to like get your head down from while the lightning is crackling across your body, you watch at what are the names of your rats, by the way?
I'm gonna assume she's attacking Roddy.
All right.
I have Roddy and Pop.
So you watch as Nox pulls Courage of the Rose from the sheath, and you watch as spectral roses dance across the blade, as the blade itself grows in length and flashes a golden color. And she suddenly brings it down, and in a flash of light, it impales Roddy's head right through the skull and down into the floor, where the blade digs into the floorboards. And when she finally pulls up, your rat is not moving.
Roddy! Yes!
You blew out your mic!
I know!
Holy shit. Holy shit.
You guys still hear me?
Audio warning.
Sorry, the reaction is needed.
Connor, you're frozen.
Yeah, everybody's frozen for me. Just give me a second here.
Yeah, you're the one who's...
This kind of thing happens from time to time. Give me a second here. Oh boy. There we go. Can everybody hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, my RTC connection is a little weird right now, but we'll continue on as normal. You guys are like jumping around on the screen for me right now. It's kind of freaking me out. In any case, Roddy the rat has just been killed by Opportunity Nox, and that means it is now time for Gesh's turn. And remember, you got that D6 of Bardic Inspiration die if you want to use it.
And
So
you
that-
also have disadvantage on your next attack roll.
Yeah.
That is correct.
So you might need to use that bad inspiration, mate.
Okay.
You're first again. Oh, never mind. There you are.
So, Gesh is just gonna...
Hey, so
okay then?
I'm gonna restart my computer really quick, so we'll be back with part 3. Hang on.
Oh,
Sorry, just a second.